So today we're actually taking a little detour away from Reddit. I know change is a very scary thing, but before you get too concerned, I still think we're in for a bit of quality content here today. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it. It's all about the content and its quality. And there's probably a subreddit for this exact thing. I just don't know the name of it. So we're here instead on Engrish.com, which is actually a site that I came to long before I ever went to Reddit. Probably in like junior high or the beginning of high school. I don't know, all the years blend together. It's a website for poorly translated things, primarily in Asian countries, hence the slightly culturally insensitive yet funny name of the site, Engrish. So if you still aren't exactly sure what's going on, we'll just start going through some of the top posts of all time on here, and I think you'll get the idea. I'm Bubble Tea. I'm Bubble Tea. Suck my balls. Just the innocence is so funny because it's like, no, look, I'm Bubble Tea. That's what you do. You suck my balls. You did some balls in the bubble tea and you suck them in a straw and you just suck my balls. And I'm sure that whoever made the sign had no idea. Looks like it's in like Thailand or Cambodia, judging by the text back there. I see nothing wrong with this. It'd be like, you know, if I'm sure there are a lot of signs here in the US that are, even at airports maybe, that are, I don't know, Chinese or something. They're probably poor translations, and native Chinese speakers will look at it and be like, I don't think this is what you meant for it to say, but that's cool. So I'm sure it goes both ways, but oh boy. See, now you get the idea of what this is. Meal pattern baldness. Is it a male pattern baldness? Soil bean silk. Domestic life bean curd. Particularly the Vegeta Bliss. Dude, I don't know about you, but I would love to have some food that's been blessed by Vegeta. All right? If I can go Super Saiyan after eating this stuff, I'd be all about it. Vegeta Bliss. Fry the bowl is bald. The bowl is bald, so you gotta fry it. It'll get the hair back on. Fork the bowl is bald. How do you how do you get that as your translation? I'm pretty sure that even throwing that in Google Translate is not going to, unless you're actually naming your thing a curse word in Chinese. Rolls of relaked oath. What is this? Pull out the then. It's giving you relationship advice. Pull out then. Okay, it's a lot of stuff going on there. I always wondered where the Grinch lived. All of you listen to me. Don't disturb here. I will call police, catch you. Don't come to my bungalow house, understand, okay? I hate all of you. Dude, I want to get this sign and put on the outside of my house for the idiots who leave a bottle of Smirnoff Ice next to my recycling container on my property. I'm sorry if you missed the mildly infuriating video where I went on that rant. Well, you can always watch it, but I want this sign, but it'll be more specifically oriented towards people who leave bottles of Smirnoff Ice on my property. Anyway, this is my spirit animal here, this man. I sympathize with you. See, also, that was from 2008. See, this is an OG website. I was telling you, I came here a long time ago, and I just thought of it all of a sudden. I was like, this would be great stuff. This is good. Watch the subreddit actually be called Engrish, and I'm going to be super embarrassed. If the flames don't get you, the explosions will. Oh, is this hand grenade? This is hand grenade. This is a classic from 2008. How do we translate fire extinguisher? Hand grenade. You pull the pin out, and then you throw it into the fire. You build enough pressure, and then it explodes, and then all the stuff poofs out, and it extinguishes the flame. That's how you use a fire extinguisher. You see all these videos of people, they pull the pin out, and then they pull the handle and spray stuff at the fire. Nah, you throw the fire extinguisher into the fire. That's why it's called a fire extinguisher, because it extinguishes from inside the fire. So next time there's a fire, just chuck it in there. You don't even need to pull the pin out, honestly. It'll do its job. Don't follow any of this advice. This is a disclaimer here. This is a joke. Do not do that. I do not want you causing an explosion that, I don't know, makes the fire even worse when the thing explodes. Actually, the containers are probably pretty high pressure resistant, so I don't know if it would melt before it explodes or what would go on, but don't do that. It's a bad idea. Diarrhea. What is this? Diarrhea. Diarrhea. Feces are discharged from the bowels frequently. I feel like in some of these instances, it's gotta be that it's some native English speaker who's employed in China or some Asian country as a translator and is like, no one else here actually speaks English, so I can just write absolute crazy stuff, whatever I want, on these t-shirts for modeling, and no one's gonna know. I mean, it would be exactly like, just think if you saw here in the US a shirt with a bunch of Chinese characters on it, you'd be like, oh, shirt with Chinese characters. But it could say, diarrhea, feces are discharged from the bowels frequently. You would have no idea. It could just be someone trolling in the reverse, but because we can read it, it's funny. You never know. There might be stuff like that here. It could be a thing. The fish suck anyway. The chicken of snails. Screw the fish. Male and female shrimp crab. Spicy intestine. Fragrance of dog. How do you eat the fragrance of dog? This is your appetizer, sir. It's a little perfume bottle. What does it smell like? Dog. What do you mean it smells? No, it's literally, we actually just extracted the pheromones from the anal glands of dogs and we put it in this bottle, sir. It really opens up the senses and the palate before your main course. I'm like, I'm gonna go now. So also, what is, I wonder what screw the fish is supposed to be. Like, you don't even know what the intent is with some of these. Also, chicken of snails. What is that? Is it snail or is it chicken? And how does it involve the other animal of what it's not? Like, if it's chicken, where do the snails come in? If it's snail, where do the chickens come in? At least shrimp crab? Maybe there's a crab that's actually called a shrimp crab? Maybe? Spicy intestine? Sure. That's probably the actual dish. There's a lot of confusion. Also, do I get to pay 50 pies for this? Is it a bartering system here? You're all of these things. Would you like fragrance of the dog? Yes, give us 50 pies. They all have to, it has to be a pie that has pie on the top of it. That's currency here. Look, stuff happens. 2 man, 1 man die. I don't know. I don't know. Is it like a cry for help? There's some dude who's just trapped in there who speaks English and knows that no one else is going to know how to read it. So he puts out or his captors are not going to know how to read it. So he puts out a secret message on the front. He tells them, he's like, I swear, I'm writing what you want me to in English. We're going to attract that high profile tourist clientele. I swear. But it's really a cry for help. I was with 2 of us. One of us died. I don't know what to do now. Come rescue me. Now I'm stuck as a copywriter for my kidnappers being held hostage in this restaurant. They got to do something about their chickens. Chicken rude and unreasonable. See, it's just, I don't know it's stuff like this. Just, it kind of makes me want to go to China and see if I can find any of this. In fairness, probably not, because I'm sure if you go to the more tourist-heavy areas in the larger cities, it probably got decent translation going on. I would say this having never been there, but maybe if you go to a more remote area where English is not a necessity. Now, I guess it's not really in the big cities anyway, but chicken rude and unreasonable. Like, what was the intent? What were you trying? I like the seasoning on it. It's got some rude and unreasonable seasoning. Like, I feel like Google Translate would even still do a better job. Then say someone made you do it. Take the child. Fall into the water carefully. I remember this one from a long time ago. Oh, boy. I can at least understand the intent here. It's trying to say, be careful if you're going swimming with your child. Hold on to them. Instead, it kind of comes across as, just if you're looking to murder the child, just make sure you do it carefully. You don't want to do it uncarefully because that might attract attention. It's around here somewhere. Wear a missing foot. See, I don't know what's the intent. What were you trying to say? Like, if you stick your hand outside the vehicle, it could get chopped off. So were you trying to say keep all arms and feet inside the vehicle at all times? Or is there straight up someone lost, like a really important person lost a foot here, and they've been trying to find it for a super long time, but it's been so long that the foot has now grown a mind of its own, and it's its own sentient being, and if you run into it, it could get really aggressive. So beware of the missing foot that also looks like a hand. It happened to be a monkey that lost its foot. So that's what it looks like, because monkeys' feet look like hands for the sake of opening bananas and stuff like that. But you gotta be careful. It might attack you. It's kind of like a face hugger at this point. What's the intent? God, I just want to know what's going through the minds of the people translating this stuff. Instructions for the tourist. There's a lot of stuff here. The playground is fit for 3 to 13-year-old children to play. Parents should lead them to play if their children is under age 4. Take off shoes before entering the naughty palace. Whoa! What? What happened? Whoa. Things escalated quickly here. Make sure you take off your shoes before entering the naughty palace. Hand in your shoes to the administrator. Forbid carry sharp things when playing, such as knife. You don't want to bring knives into the naughty palace. Forbid to quarry and do some practical jokes when playing in the ball pool. The head should protrude from the spherical surface. You went way too technical there. You could have just avoided the spherical part, just like the surface. No, we get it. The head should protrude. Just keep your head above the surface. Tourists can't throw with the balls. You can't throw with the balls, but you can throw the balls. Obey the naughty palace's safe navigation. Forbid slip from the tube with the head downward. Okay, don't go down the slide head first. I get it. Forbid stay long in the tube. I get it. Don't stay in the slide for a while. This is making sense. Forbid stool and urine spitting everywhere. Don't pee and poop. Just spit on everything. If you really have to poop, spit instead. It'll relieve some of that, okay? That's how it works. It's a little known trick if you weren't aware. All right, next time you feel like you really got to poo, just spit and you'll be like, oh, I feel so much better. This is such a relief. If tour says heart disease, infectious disease, psychosis, or stupid disease. I got the stupid disease, sorry. I guess I can't go into the naughty palace. Any disease is forbidden to play it. Don't shoot with guns. Don't bring guns into the naughty palace. Don't touch the flying saucer or airplane, and don't bring food or beverage into the naughty palace. That is a gold mine. Jesus Christ. Naughty palace. Whoo, boy. All right, Blendy. That was stellar. That really was. I wonder why coffee tastes so good when you're naked with your family. God, this would be a brilliant try not to laugh challenge, actually. I love drinking coffee when I'm naked with my family. It's just, we all get together in a room. We all take off our clothes. And it just, we've done blind taste tests before and after. And it's like, yeah, dude, when we're all even though when you're blind, you wouldn't be able to make sure that everyone else is naked. But it tastes better. I can tell you that. Just the pheromones that everyone's giving off when they're not concealed by clothing, it really enhances the flavor of the coffee. It's great. Oh, wow. All right, one more. I blame myself. This freezer is out of control. Is the refrigerator running? You better go catch it. Just freezing everything, man. I threw in this hot chocolate. I was just trying to keep it fresh. It froze it. It's out of control, dude. I don't know what to do. Everything I throw in, it gets frozen. It's crazy. I even threw in some liquid nitrogen and it didn't even sublimate. It's crazy. I see what it means out of order. At least I get the intent with this one, whereas others are I don't even know what's happening. Found in an Asian supermarket in Sydney, Australia. I realized I should have been reading off the source locations for all these things. Oh boy. Brilliant. All right. Well, whew, I think that'll be that for our first go here. I feel like this site is kind of a gold mine though, so we might revisit it. And look, it's all, you can get things that are They're organized into different categories of things. It's so good. So good. All right. I hope you've enjoyed. Make sure to like if you liked. Let me know if you want to see more of English in the future. And subscribing already. If you want to listen to music playing in the outro right now, it's linked in the outro over on Mirror Music. I'll see you next time.